Okay, so this video is going to be about handstand preparation. So not just for capoeira people that would like to learn to do handstands, whether it's in yoga or jiu-jitsu or basic fitness or whatever. So like any movement, especially inversions when you're taking the balance away from your feet and you're putting them on your hands, there's different levels and different stages before you get to the final stage. So I'm just going to talk about some of the exercises that you can do to start building and working the muscles that you're going to need in order to get better at doing handstands, okay? So obviously the first one we're going to talk about is our wrists. So our wrists take a lot of the strain. Often if you are not working your wrists in this way, you're going to find that they're not flexible enough. So one of the things we can do here is a nice little wrist warm up here. So we're just doing circles, small circles. You can do 10 in one direction, 10 in the other direction with fingers facing forwards, okay? So just here. Fingers facing forwards, rotating one way, rotating the other way. Then we're going to rotate our hands out. So our fingers are now backwards. And then we're just going to slowly rotate. Taking our hips backwards, keeping the palms flat on the mats. Same thing goes, we turn them inwards. We're going to try to keep our arms straight if we can, okay? You might find that when you start your arms are bent like this. It's okay, yeah? So we're going to try face forward as well. So this time we're turning our hands inwards. And you're just moving around here. Pressing away from the floor, finding out where your limit is, no pain, okay? Another one we can do here is bringing the palms or our wrists together, close together, so fingers out to the side. Again, small circles here, very small circles, all pretty subtle movements, okay? And last one, which we don't often do, is the tops of our hands are going to come down on the mats here. Now, depending on your flexibility, chances are your elbows are going to be like this. You're eventually going to get to this stage. And in the beginning, I suggest keeping your weight further back. So you're taking the weight off your hands because it can be quite painful and uncomfortable if you're not used to it. And then eventually you can start to bring more weight. So from here, and just sit yourself back. Okay, shake them out. Okay, some of the main muscles that work in handstands in the top of your back, and they're the ones that work with the rest of your core to stabilize you in that place. Okay, so the scapula, the shoulder blades. What we're going to do is try to keep our lower back flat, and then we're going to try to raise up through the tops of our shoulder blades, and then we're going to drop down and squeeze them together whilst trying to keep this bit here flat. So I'll try to show you what we mean. So we've got a nice flat back here. We're going to squeeze our shoulder blades together, and then we're going to stretch up. So still trying to keep this part flat, but opening up the top of our shoulder blades. Keep your gaze forward. So dropping your shoulder blades together, squeezing them together without dropping your back down. So keep your back engaged, your core engaged. Pressing up, dropping down, pressing up, okay? That's an awesome exercise. Another one we can do also, working into the rotations of our shoulders. Just gonna lift these up so you get a better view. So, fingertips facing forwards. The inside of our elbows are facing forwards. What we're going to do is turn them in, turn them forward. Turn them in, turn them forward. I'll show you from the side. So hands underneath your shoulders here. So the inside of my elbows are pointed forward. I'm going to turn them in, facing towards each other. So my elbows come out. I turn in, facing out, in, facing out. Then lastly, the one that we can do on the floor is the canoe. You can do this a lot, well, I can't do it a lot, but you could do it a lot because it really helps loads and loads and loads. So you're going to keep your feet slightly off the ground. You're going to keep your head in between your arms, and you're just going to rock here. Okay? Trying to keep breathing, so don't hold your breath. It's tricky at first, but not impossible. Now let's go to standing. Okay, so let's talk about what we can do in standing and start to get the confidence for us to go up to our hands. So most importantly, when you're doing handstands in particular, is getting the confidence to bring your weight over your hands. There's not many movements that we do in everyday life where we're continuously taking our body weight over our hands. So first of all, you're going to start really small. Okay, we need to get used to having our hands on the floor, and we need to be in control, especially if you're doing it in a small space. Okay, if you don't have a lot of space, then control is crucial. So we can have one foot back, one foot forward. I want you to look at the foot that's going to stay on the floor, or that stays closer to the floor, while the other one goes up. Hands are going to be flat, we're not coming up onto our fingertips. Hands flat. Looking at this foot, just placing it down, lifting that one leg up. Stand up, don't forget to breathe. Here. Placing it down, stand up. Okay? After you do that and you feel a bit more comfortable, you can start to change your legs. So we hands down, change your legs. Stand up. Hands down, change your legs. Stand up. If you're getting a bit more brave, maybe your legs are going a little bit higher. If you start to wobble and you're out of control, bring your legs lower. Okay, there's no point throwing yourself out and then being all over the place here. Especially if you're in a small space. If you're in a garden or something else, it's not so bad. But rather you train correctly, safely, and in control, because it's going to give longevity and you're going to get to where you want to be faster. Okay, so we have the first one, just here, chain, here. Okay, second one, changing our legs. Just change your legs. Okay? Another one, we can bring our knees in towards our belly, in towards our chest. You can still take off on one foot. Hands down, knee into our chest. We change feet. Hands down, knee to our chest. Okay, when you feel a bit more comfortable with this one, you can take off with 2 feet together. Still bringing your knees into your chest. It's the same principle, but it's harder because you're pushing both feet up together. So we bring our hands down, jump our feet together, knees into our chest. When you start engaging this one with 2 legs, you need to tip your hips over your shoulders in order to get your legs up. So if you feel like you keep falling back down, it's because your hips are not going high enough. So when you're here, you need to press energy up. Okay, the energy needs to go up, not over. If you're pressing over, you'll fall over. Okay? So when we go hips up, then you can extend your legs up. Hips up, legs up. Okay? You can go faster up, slowly down, even better. Slow up, slow down. Once you're feeling a little bit more brave, you're happy with all of those things that we've done so far, you feel like you're starting to dominate, you can now start to take one leg up. Try to hold for a second in the middle. You take a leg up, hold, come back down. Okay? Looking at this foot here, hold. Next stage on from that, you can hold, drag that front leg up to meet the other one. So we're going to bring them both up to meet in the middle. Here, so we're going to hold, lift, down. Yeah? Lift, down. We're going straight from the double leg. We can double leg, hips up, straight up to stand. Here. From there, hips up. Straight up. Okay? That'll give you the foundations of handstands, give you something to work at. Work within your comfort zone. Stay with the small jumps. Start to engage your shoulder, your back, your core, all of those things. are going to help you to do your handstand. I'm not a massive fan of doing them against walls and everything else because it tends to make you push yourself to a place where you're not really ready yet. So once you start feeling the control, once you start to feel comfortable, it's time to take it up to the next step. Happy handstands!